Hello and welcome to another episode of Moose's Gear Goo Review. I'm Moose, and today I got another knife review. It's the SOG Bladelight Hunt fixed blade with a light. It's kind of like a lightsaber. Whoop whoop. All right, so this is a unique knife, unique idea. Kind of cool, kind of not. I'll give some specs. And here we go. So the overall length of the knife is 8.5 inches. The blade length is 3.8 inches. The handle length is 4.7 inches. The handle thickness is 0.82 inches. The blade steel is 8CR13 MOV. And the overall weight with the batteries inside is 4.61 ounces. So not terribly heavy for a fixed blade. But let's get into it. So this is the SOG Hunt, Bladelight Hunt. It's called the Bladelight obviously because it has 6 LED lights, 3 on each side, and it has a total lumen brightness of 37 to 40 lumens. Which, why do you need a light on a knife? Well, because it's the Hunt, it's obviously designed for processing game, or that's the intent, as well as skinning. And sometimes hunters, animals become active at dawn or dusk. And if you're trying to get in and trying to cut back straps, I work at a butcher shop, and sometimes we cut out the tenderloin, and you have to get inside the cavity, and it's dark, and sometimes they come at night. So this would actually be really handy to get in there and cut and see where you're cutting, rather than trying to hold a flashlight inside the cavity and do it the same. Sometimes we just do it blindly, but this would be much more handier in that capacity. And I'll talk more about the light as well, but overall we got a flat ground plain edge blade, no serrations. It does have a nice curve throughout the blade, a lot of belly, which would be ideal for skinning. It has a nice flattened spine, and yes, this does throw sparks really well. So in a survival situation, that is definitely functional. It has this large forward finger choil, so you can get up there and carve or kind of tuck the finger under. There's some jimping up top. It has a polymer handle with rubber overmold just on the profile of it, which works fairly well. I wish it was slightly more textured on the rounded edges, but it is what it is. There is a lanyard kind of ring there, and then it has a tail cap button to turn on the lights and whatnot. You then just unscrew the button, and it runs on one AAA battery. And I think the runtime on it with 37 lumens is about 4 to 6 hours. I could be wrong though, but I believe that's what it was when I first got it. Now, price-wise on this thing, at the time of this video, Blade HQ is selling it for about $75. I think Amazon might have it around $70 as well. But if you are interested in this knife, they do have a combo pack that I think is like $50, and you can get this blade light folder as well, which 2 knives for the price, less than the price of one, is actually a really good deal. So I recommend that. Yeah. So I recommend getting it that way. Other than that, these knives alone are like $50. It does come with a leather sheath. Pretty basic, but it does function well. A single snap, belt loop. Other than that, compare it to some other knives. You know, 3-inch cutting edge. It does have the longer handle because of the tail switch. Blade thickness looks about the same as the BK16 or 14. Looks thicker than the Mora, and maybe a hair thicker than the BK16. So it is a fairly substantial blade. Now, obviously, because there's light mechanism in there and the battery, I would say that this is maybe only a half tang blade, so you don't want to do tremendous amount of heavy duty stuff. But I was able to baton, 2-inch diameter logs with this, and it seems to hold up pretty well. But it's for light, very, very light batoning. If anything, in a survival situation, it'll handle that, but don't expect this to be like your survival blade. It would be nice in a survival kit just because it does have the light, but it is what it is. Use it at your own risk. Other than that, the ugly brown glove test. The leather is very smooth. It isn't matted or roughed in any way, but if I were to just unsnap it and pull it out, the rubber overmold works well with the glove and actually locks it in pretty good, and the jimping is definitely functionable. So yeah, I mean, for a fixed blade, the ugly brown glove test is mostly designed for pocket knives or folders, but for what it is usable with gloves. I don't know, 70%. Alright guys, so there you have it. This is a quick little review. Like I said, if you are going to get one of these knives, you might as well buy the combo. It's cheaper overall, and you get 2 knives for the price. So I'd go that route. It is a novel idea. They do have a fillet knife as well. And once again, if you're fishing and you're out on the lake all day and you come into the dock at night, that might come in handy as well. So if you're actually going to use it for processing knives at night or out in the field or field dressing, this might actually be a lot more useful than it seems. If you're just thinking about a regular bushcraft or woods knife, I would not necessarily go for this. There's better options, cheaper options. Oh yeah, also they have a camp model that basically is the same as this model, just it doesn't have the finger choil, and it's just more flat. It doesn't have all that belly. So, but there you have it. Please check out these other 2 videos. Click that big button there, the red button down below to subscribe. The eye in the upper right hand corner. Like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll see you outside. Thank you.